Look, at this point, DiJonai Carrington should have been suspended, fined multiple times over.
The WNBA is on the brink of absolute chaos, and DiJonai Carrington is the player setting it all on fire. This is not a drill, folks. We're witnessing a full-scale on-court assault so brutal, so unapologetically savage, it's sending shockwaves through the sports world. Hair yanks that look like medieval torture, eye rakes that could blind. Flagrant fouls so vicious they would get you banned from MMA. Carrington has become the league's most feared and most hated player overnight.
Great to be here with you guys today. DiJonai, DiJonai, you're always in a dirty play. DiJonai, DiJonai.
The drama is off the charts. Fans are furious, players are terrified, and the league, caught in a nightmare of its own making. Caught between protecting its stars and protecting the very athletes road stars are attacking. Now, after a series of escalating violent fouls that have rocked arenas and shattered trust, Carrington is facing the harshest threat yet. A permanent suspension that could end her career.
The league's rescinding flagrant fouls on you because it's run by a bunch of cowards.
This is not just a story about a bad foul. This is a story about a player gone rogue, a league on the edge, and a reckoning that can no longer be ignored. Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into the explosive saga of DiJonai Carrington's reign of terror, and the WNBA's desperate fight to stop it before someone gets seriously hurt.
DiJonai Carrington and flagrant fouls. How come every time I'm watching a flagrant foul, you're committing the foul? How come every time I'm watching a dirty play, you in the play? DiJonai, can we go a week without you flailing and going after somebody?
Let's rewind to that moment nobody can forget. The third quarter of a high-stakes game between the Dallas Wings and the Los Angeles Sparks. The tension was already palpable, but then, in a move so blatant, it stunned viewers. DiJonai Carrington grabbed Sarah Ashley Barker by the ponytail and yanked her down to the floor like a rag doll.
Carrington. Whoa! If she would have had extensions, it would have come off.
I saw that at the Olympics.
The video footage? Absolutely chilling, you see.
This is premeditated. This is calculated. Look, there's no confusion here. None. Look at her.
Whoa!
She reaches up and drags this player to the floor. I mean, the announcer says, "Whoa."
Whoa!
Wait, what are we doing?
Carrington's hand entangled in Barker's hair with a grip so fierce it seems calculated to injure. Barker crashes hard, the crowd gasping in disbelief as the slow-motion replay reveals the sheer brutality. This wasn't a scrappy play or a heat-of-the-moment foul. It was a premeditated act of violence disguised as competition.
Keep DiJonai Carrington far away from my team. There's a difference between playing hard and just playing reckless. Playing hard and playing dirty. Playing hard and playing like DiJonai Carrington. There is a huge difference.
What makes it even worse? The referees only called a loose ball foul. No flagrant foul, no ejection. This is a dismissive gesture that screamed, "This isn't serious." The crowd and viewers exploded online, demanding justice. But the league remained silent. One Olympic commentator put it bluntly, if those were extensions, she'd be on the floor right now. Yeah. The message was clear. This wasn't a momentary lapse. It was a dangerous trend. The hair-pulling incident was only the most shocking in a growing list of violent fouls Carrington has racked up. There's the infamous eye rake on Caitlin Clark. Last season, fingers scraping dangerously across the star guard's face, leaving Clark wincing in visible pain.
Here comes the, no, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no, here comes the, oh, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that.
Then there was the undercut on Gabby Williams. A flagrant foul so severe it could have caused serious injury. Not to mention Carrington nearly injuring her own teammate. Paige Bookers in a chaotic scramble for the ball.
And we have already far too many occasions of DiJonai being a reckless basketball player. DiJonai. Oh, you guys remember this? going after Jessica Shepard's eyes.
This isn't accidental. This is a pattern of reckless, aggressive behavior, fouls that go far beyond basketball's physicality, into outright assault. What's perhaps most enraging to fans and analysts,
like is the WNBA's shocking response to these dangerous acts.
After last season, the league rescinded one of Carrington's 2 flagrant fouls, wiping it clean from her record as if it never happened. Imagine the message that sends. Dangerous plays are allowed to slide, and Carrington is essentially being given a free pass to keep playing this way. The league's reluctance to impose serious penalties has sparked accusations of favoritism.
How many times DiJonai Carrington wants to get on her social media and want to claim that she's the victim and that she's not a dirty player. The league has rescinded fouls. Yeah, the league's rescinding flagrant fouls on you because it's run by a bunch of cowards. They're flagrant fouls. They're dirty plays. They're trashy plays.
And cover-ups. Critics argue this week disciplinary stance prioritizes image management over player safety, a betrayal of the league's responsibility to protect its athletes. The backlash was immediate and intense. Social media exploded with hashtags demanding Carrington's suspension. Forums, sports talk shows, and fan pages lit up with calls for accountability. One caller on a popular sports radio show warned chillingly, "If this keeps up, someone's going to get seriously hurt." Former players publicly condemned the league's handling of the situation. "This is reckless," one said. "You don't let dangerous plays slide because it's convenient." Even players who had been targets of Carrington's fouls spoke out, calling for stricter enforcement and real consequences. If the hair pull scandal rattled the league, the irate on Caitlin Clark shook it to its core in a nationally televised game. Carrington's fingers flew across Clark's face in a move so blatant that commentators stopped the broadcast to dissect the replay. Clark's discomfort was unmistakable. She reached for her eye, wincing as pain overtook her.
And then try to claim we're not a dirty player. Of course, we all remember the Freddy Krueger claws to the eyeball.
Carrington later claimed it was an accidental defensive move, but the evidence told a different story. The finger positioning, the force, the reaction. It looked intentional and malicious. Fans took to Twitter, sparking a viral thread with over 100,000 views demanding a suspension. Some even called for a permanent ban. This controversy isn't just about Carrington. It's a test of the WNBA's integrity and future commissioner. Kathy Engelbert's office has faced mounting pressure to act decisively. Will she protect the players or protect the league's reputation? So far, the league has issued statements, but no new penalties. This non-action has been interpreted as weakness and a failure to uphold player safety standards.
This makes the WNBA look like it's like Bush League, like the minor leagues.
As the public eye intensifies, every lenient ruling chips away at the WNBA's credibility. Sponsors, fans, Carrington isn't just a player making headlines for aggressive play. She has become the symbol of everything wrong with the league's approach to discipline and player safety. This isn't about isolated incidents anymore. This is about a league on the brink of losing its soul because it refuses to face reality. How did it come to this? How did a league built on the foundations of skill, respect, and athleticism allow one player to terrorize others with near impunity? The answer, critics say, lies in a toxic cocktail of fear, politics, and image control, and it's killing the sport from within. If this had happened in any other professional sport, the fallout would be swift and brutal. A hair pull like that? Immediate ejection and a multi-game suspension? An irate on a star player? A season-long ban and league-wide condemnation? But in the WNBA, it's a game of politics and public relations. The league's leadership is shown. A disturbing pattern of downplaying dangerous fouls committed by Carrington, even rescinding flagrant fouls after the fact. This leniency creates a dangerous double standard where star players are seemingly immune from the consequences everyone else would face. The message to players is chilling. If you're a big name, the rules are negotiable. If you're not, expect harsh penalties for minor infractions. This kind of favoritism threatens to fracture the unity of the league and alienate the fans, who crave fair play and safety above all else. Let's not forget the human side of this story. These aren't just headlines or viral clips. They are real athletes. They are risking serious injury every time Carrington crosses that line. Caitlin Clark, Paige Buchers, Gabby Williams, all have been on the receiving end of Carrington's aggression. The fear in their eyes, the winces of pain. The frustration, it's undeniable, and it's only a matter of time before this escalates into a serious injury. The WNBA cannot keep turning a blind eye while its players are put in harm's way. The league owes its athletes a safe environment, but right now, it's failing spectacularly. The boiling point has been reached. Fans have flooded comment sections, forums, and social media with one demand. Suspend DiJonai Carrington now, before this turns from ugly to catastrophic. Players
get a flagrant foul again. But they don't call it. Look at this. This is insane, y'all. This girl is, look. This girl is crazy. She grabbed her hair and yanked her to the ground. Oh my God. Shout out to Sarah Ashley Barkley. I'm still waiting for her to have a breakout game. She had her 45 points in the tournament. Look at this. Look like, and then she falls and just goes like this, like she didn't do nothing.
Many of whom have been quiet until now are starting to speak out. Behind closed doors, whispers are turning into roars for change. The union, the WNBA, has been urged to take a stronger stance, to protect players rather than defending the indefensible. Commentators have stopped treating this as a simple disciplinary issue. It's become a litmus test for the WNBA's integrity. If the league caves under pressure or continues to let Carrington skate by, the fallout could be devastating: loss of fan trust, damage to sponsorships, and a tarnished legacy that could take years to repair. The ball is now in Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's court. This is her moment to prove whether she will be a leader who puts player safety above all else, or one who prioritizes optics over ethics. Engelbert has the power to send a clear message. No player, no matter how talented or popular, is above the rules. A decisive season-ending suspension would signal a new era of accountability and respect. But if she falters, the WNBA risks plunging deeper into chaos, a league fractured by favoritism and marred by dangerous play. World are watching, and they are waiting for justice to be served. The next few weeks will define the future of the WNBA. Will this scandal be the catalyst for sweeping reforms and stronger discipline? Or will it be another cautionary tale of a league that failed its players and fans? The stakes couldn't be higher. Credibility of the league, the safety of its athletes, and the faith of its millions of fans all hang in the balance. *1. Thing is undeniable. DiJonai Carrington's reckless reign has shaken the foundation of the WNBA, and the time for tough, uncompromising action is right now. This isn't just about one player's conduct. It's about the league's identity and how it enforces its own rules. Carrington's repeated dangerous fouls highlight a systemic problem: inconsistent discipline and possible favoritism. Fans question whether star players get a free pass, while others suffer harsher penalties for lesser offenses. This undermines trust in the WNBA's leadership and threatens the league's reputation as a safe, professional environment. The stakes couldn't be higher. If the WNBA fails to impose a strict season-ending suspension on DiJonai Carrington, it risks losing its core audience and its integrity. Fans have spoken, players have spoken, the world is watching. Will Commissioner Engelbert step up and send a clear message that no one is above the rules? Or will the WNBA continue down a dangerous path of complacency and cover-ups? The next chapter is unwritten, but one thing is certain: the story of DiJonai Carrington's assault on the WNBA is far from over. Sound off in the comments. Should DiJonai Carrington be suspended for the season? Or is the league right to tread lightly? Stay tuned, this explosive saga is just getting started.